Bill Hemmer has spent almost 30 years sharing America's biggest news stories. The Fox News host covered 9/11 from ground zero, reported from dangerous areas in Afghanistan and Iraq, and hosted coverage of every big political event since the Florida recount. His face has become known for breaking news. His voice is a calm presence during national emergencies. Yet one story is clearly missing from public record, his own. At 60 years old, Hemmer has never gotten married. His 8-year relationship with supermodel Dara Tomanovic ended suddenly in 2013, followed by complete silence about his love life. The rumor mill has worked overtime, connecting him to almost every female co-worker at Fox News. A 2019 incident involving a fake photograph forced him to address questions about his sexuality. But these surface-level explanations miss the deeper truth about what happens when someone dedicates their entire life to a job that demands everything. The real reason Hemmer remains unmarried reveals something most people never think about: the price of success lived entirely in the public eye. Bill Hemmer's path to becoming one of America's most trusted news anchors started in Cincinnati, Ohio, where his early love for broadcasting began during high school. He hosted a student-run radio show that let him talk with peers and community members, developing skills in communication and timing that would prove important throughout his career. Even as a teenager, Hemmer approached broadcasting with an intensity that suggested this was more than youthful curiosity. By the time he reached Miami University, Hemmer had fully committed to journalism. He studied broadcast journalism and threw himself into media studies, building foundations for what would become a career defined by never-ending dedication. After graduation, he wasted no time entering television, landing his first big role at WCPO-TV in Cincinnati, covering sports. The job required quick thinking and accuracy, qualities Hemmer had already developed. His co-workers noticed something different about him: a hunger to be where news was happening, an inability to settle for desk work when stories were unfolding elsewhere. That drive caught the attention of major networks. In 1995, CNN offered Hemmer an opportunity that changed him from regional anchor to national figure. His decade at CNN put him at the center of defining moments in late 20th and early 21st century history. The 2000 presidential election strengthened his reputation, particularly his ground coverage during the controversial Florida recount. Nicknamed the Chad Lad for his thorough reporting on ballot problems, Hemmer showed an ability to handle high-stakes situations without sacrificing accuracy. His commitment extended beyond domestic coverage. After September 11th, Hemmer reported from Afghanistan, covering stories that required adapting to dangerous conditions and navigating complex international situations. These were missions that demanded sacrifice, physical risk, and extended separation from any hint of normal life. In 2005, Hemmer made his boldest career move by joining Fox News. He became co-anchor of America's Newsroom, eventually forming a partnership with Dana Perino that would define the program. Their on-screen chemistry and professional connection turned the show into one of Fox News' most trusted morning broadcasts. His ability to remain steady while navigating chaotic news cycles strengthened his position as one of the network's lead anchors. Over nearly 2 decades at Fox, Hemmer built a legacy as a journalist who puts truth over spectacle. His consistent work ethic earned the respect and loyalty of millions of viewers who came to trust him as a reliable source during uncertain times. But that trust came with a price few outsiders understood. The same dedication that made him exceptional at his job created a life structure that left little room for anything or anyone else. Despite his high-profile career, Bill Hemmer has kept unusually strict privacy about his personal life. He rarely offers glimpses into relationships on social media or in interviews, setting himself apart from television peers who often share personal milestones with audiences. This privacy has fueled endless guessing about his romantic history and personal choices. His most significant known relationship was with Canadian model Dara Tomanovic, which lasted from 2005 to 2013. The two reportedly met in Paris, where Tomanovic had established herself as one of fashion's most recognizable faces. Discovered at 18 by Karl Lagerfeld during a trip to the French capital, she became the face of Chloe and spent 5 years building an impressive portfolio. Their connection brought an element of glamour into Hemmer's otherwise low-profile existence. Throughout their 8 years together, Hemmer and Tomanovic attended various events, but they consistently avoided publicly discussing their relationship. This low-key approach allowed them to maintain privacy unusual for a high-profile couple. Friends of the couple described their dynamic as one of opposites. Yet for 8 years, they made it work. Then in 2013, it ended. No public statements, no explanations, no carefully worded press releases. Just silence. Shortly after their split, Tomanovic was arrested for driving under the influence. The incident sparked media curiosity, with outlets analyzing her social life and connections, including her history with Hemmer. For the intensely private anchor, having his ended relationship picked apart in gossip columns must have reinforced every instinct he had about keeping personal matters hidden. What ended an 8-year relationship? Those close to the situation suggested the demands of their respective careers created impossible challenges. His schedule required constant travel. Hurricane coverage meant days in Florida. Political conventions meant weeks on the road. International stories meant leaving the country with little notice. For Hemmer, this relationship marked the end of any publicly acknowledged romantic involvement. After 2013, he retreated even further into privacy, never again confirming a relationship or appearing publicly with a romantic partner. His reluctance to share personal details became a defining aspect of his public image. But his silence created a vacuum that guessing rushed to fill. The secrecy surrounding Hemmer's private life has generated considerable public speculation. The complete absence of confirmed relationships after Tomanovic created fertile ground for rumors about virtually every woman he appeared alongside. Sandra Smith, his former co-anchor on America's Newsroom, became the subject of persistent dating rumors based primarily on their strong on-air chemistry. Then there was Megyn Kelly. When both worked at Fox News, their friendly on-air interactions fueled widespread speculation. Both addressed these rumors, stating they were simply good friends and colleagues. His partnership with Dana Perino has generated perhaps the most enduring speculation. In February 2019, Hemmer was photographed sitting near Marla Maples at New York Fashion Week. The photos immediately sparked dating rumors. But like every other rumored relationship, nothing materialized. Then came the incident that forced Hemmer to make a rare public statement. A shirtless photograph began circulating online with claims it showed Hemmer. The photo was eventually proven fake as an edited version of an image originally showing Tiger Woods, but the damage had been done. In a rare move, Hemmer made an on-air comment referencing a girlfriend, seemingly to put rumors to rest. The pattern across all these rumors is telling. Every alleged relationship has been with a professional colleague or someone who was photographed near at a public event. The rumor mill operates on proximity and chemistry, filling the void created by Hemmer's silence. Hemmer has hinted at the demanding nature of his job in past interviews, suggesting that the unpredictable and intense schedule of a news anchor leaves little room for relationships. The constant travel, long hours, and emotional toll of covering high-stakes events make the life of a journalist uniquely challenging. Consider what a typical week looks like for a breaking news anchor at Hemmer's level. Morning show anchors typically wake before dawn. When major news breaks, those schedules explode. Natural disasters mean deploying to disaster zones for days or weeks. International crises mean being on call around the clock. For many viewers, Hemmer's choice to remain a bachelor reflects dedication to his career that not everyone could sustain. His bachelorhood appears to be a byproduct of this lifelong commitment. For Hemmer, the newsroom has become more than just a workplace. It's a second home and a source of fulfillment. Beyond his career in journalism, Hemmer is known for dedication to charitable efforts and service to his community. Every year, he returns to Cincinnati to host the George Nettle Memorial Bailey Place Golf Classic in honor of his grandfather. Hemmer has shown strong support for veterans, dedicating time to causes that honor those who have served. Bill Hemmer's choice to remain unmarried represents a combination of career demands, personal values and desire for privacy. His dedication to delivering news with integrity has won him loyal following. What emerges from examining Hemmer's life is a portrait of someone who has deliberately constructed an existence around a singular passion. There's courage in living authentically when society expects certain milestones. Hemmer has faced decades of rumors, invasive questions, and assumptions about his personal life. Yet, he's maintained his boundaries. The real question isn't why Bill Hemmer doesn't have a wife. It's why there's persistent assumption that everyone should want the same things. His success isn't diminished by absence of a spouse. His legacy stands independent of traditional family structures.